ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु, सहनौ भुनक्तु, सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै, तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। श्लोक नंबर 16। अथ सप्तमोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच चतुर्विधा भजन्ते मां जनाः सुकृतिनोऽर्जुन। आर्तो जिज्ञासुरर्थार्थी ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ। तेषां ज्ञानी नित्ययुक्तः एकभक्तिर्विशिष्यते। प्रियो हि ज्ञानिनोत्यर्थम् अहं स च मम प्रियः। उदाराः सर्व एवैते ज्ञानी त्वात्मैव मे मतम्। आस्थितः स हि युक्तात्मा मामेवानुत्तमां गतिम्। बहूनां जन्मनामन्ते ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते। वासुदेवः सर्वमिति समहात्मा सुदुर्लभः। So we are seeing the topic of devotion, bhakti, which is very important topic of Bhavagad Gita. And the word devotion is interpreted in different ways. One meaning we have seen, reverential love is bhakti. In Narada Bhakti Sutra, it is said, Satu Asmin Parama Prema Swarupa. Naradji has written the Bhakti Sutras. Sutra means brief presentation. So brief presentation on Bhakti, very popular Narada Bhakti Sutra. And in that it is said, what is Bhakti? Highest love for the Lord. And we add one dimension, reverential love for the Lord. And when love is there, what is the approach of a person? Love for the Lord is there, but how he is looking upon the Lord. Based on that, one division was made. Artaha, Artharthi, Jignasu and Jnani. A bhakta who remembers Bhagavan has some affection for Bhagavan to be free from trouble. That is Artha Bhakta. Artharthi means who remembers, who shows his devotion when he wants some material gain. Artharthi. Jignasu, he wants to know Ishvara, attain Ishvara. That is Jignasu Bhakta. And Jnani is the one who has discovered himself to be one with Ishvara. And he loves Ishvara as oneself. So these are the four. And Bhagavan said, all the bhaktas are great. Udara sarva evete. But Jnani is the best. Why? Because Jnani is looking upon me as the very self. And I look upon him as the self. And therefore, he is the best among all. And what is the vision of this wise person? It was said, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. So Bhagavan, in his true nature, Satchidananda Swarupa Paramatma, alone is available as all. In this manner, this wise person discovers. Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. He discovers me in this manner, that everything is Paramatma. And therefore, this Mahatma is Durlabhaha. Because this understanding is very difficult, therefore the person who has this understanding is very difficult. Person gets this vision, Bahunam Janmanam Ante, at the end of so many Janmas. And as we saw in the last class, this shloka is not meant for discouraging you, that oh, I have started this spiritual pursuit and then how many Janmas I have to take, then I will get it. In Buddhism they say 7 Janmas you have to get. So we may think that oh, we have started. And sometimes this type of thought makes you a little bit lazy also. Why? Oh, 7 Janmas I have to do. This Janma aram se. 1 or 2 Janmas go in Bhoga, what problem? 4, 5 Janma we will work very hard. Like how we used to do during exam. So when whole year we don't work. Only exam time only will work. So last 2, 3 Janmas I will study well. I will do a lot of bhakti and get Parvat. That type of idea may come. Therefore, that is not the right message. Message is that you have got the opportunity to attain Paramatma through knowledge. Don't miss this opportunity. Don't take this opportunity for granted. Because significant opportunity in life doesn't come again. It comes once. Puja Swamiji used to say like this. He said, there was a knock at the door. And person from within, from inside, he said, who is it? Then that opportunity, the answer came opportunity. Then the person inside said, no, you cannot be the opportunity. Why? Because you knocked it twice. Twice you knock means you are not the opportunity. So in life, real significant opportunity comes only once. If person misses, then he has to wait for a long time. We don't say it will not come at all, but it will take a very long time. Therefore, don't miss the opportunity Bhagavan has given to you. Alasyam, the laziness is very natural for a human being. So one has to overcome that and make use of the opportunity. That is the message. Up to this we had seen. Now Bhagavan is entering into one more topic related to bhakti. Answering a possible question. What is the question? That if Jnani becoming Jnani and this Jnani bhakti is the best, which gives moksha, then why people are not coming to this Atmak Jnanam? Why people are not becoming Jnani? They should worship you as a Jnani, for that they should worship you as a Jignasu. Why people are not striving for becoming Jnani? and they remain Ajnani. For that, Bhagavan gives the answer in the next shloka and also elaborating some more details regarding bhakti. कामैस्तैस्तैर्हृतज्ञानाः प्रपद्यन्तेऽन्यदेवताः तं तं नियममास्थाय प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया. So here Bhagavan is talking about two types of bhakti, answering that question that why people are not coming to Jnana. Main division is Jnani Bhakta and Ajnani Bhakta. The devotee of the Lord who is a wise person, one variety. Another variety is Ajnani Bhakta, ignorant Bhakta. In Ajnani also there is a two varieties that is being dealt with here. And that is, one is called Sakama Bhakta, other is Nishkama Bhakta. Sakama Bhakta means the one who worships the Lord for some material gain. Oh Lord, please get me a son, get me this job, get me promotion. So many things, People have got chamakam, give me this, give me this, give me this. Shancha me, mayascha me, priyancha me. So chame. So worshipping the Lord with some material desire. That is called Sakama Bhakti, and the person is called Sakama Bhakta. That is one type of devotion, Sakama Bhakti. Other one is Nishkama Bhakti. Worshipping the Lord not for material gain, but to attain the Lord. Ishvara Bhakti for Ishvara and not for anything in the world, that is called Nishkama Bhakti. So these are the two types of bhakti. And majority of people, they go for Sakama Bhakti only. Generally I say this, people who are going to Tirupati or coming out of Tirupati, if you ask them, what for you went? Or you have taken some vow and it is fulfilled. What vow you have taken? For what purpose you have taken? Nobody will say that I had prayed, oh Tirupati, I don't want anything. I want only your bhakti. I want only your grace. Nothing else I want. I want to attain you. That type of devotees Tirupati is not getting. So, Sakama Bhakti only. Some admission in college or some visa to US, like that only people have. So that bhakti is Sakama Bhakti. And most of the people are doing Sakama Bhakti and therefore they remain in samsara. They do not come to Atma Jnanam. Only Nishkama Bhakti will lead to this Jignasa and thereby Jnanam. So the answer to the question why people are not becoming Jnani Bhakta, because people have so many desires. So they want to fulfill those desires with the help of Bhagavan. They are using Bhagavan to fulfill the desires. They are not interested in attaining Bhagavan. If Bhagavan asks, do you want me or you want admission in college or admission in some particular institute, people say that Bhagavan, you are always available. First I want admission. First I want job. First I want the visa to the US. Now it is more difficult. Therefore I think Tirupati will increase the rate. For visa, not like $1,000. Now you have to give more. So people have so much value for that. If Bhagavan said, I am available, he said, what will I do with you? So people are not interested in that. And therefore, they do not become Jnani Bhakta. And in this shloka, Bhagavan is talking about that Sakama Bhakti. And one more thing to be understood is, in Bhagavad Gita, in this chapter, Sakama Bhakta are symbolically presented as Anya Devata Bhakta. So Bhagavan is putting in this language. Those who are worshipping the Lord with material desire, they are considered to be the Bhakta of Anya Devata, the Bhakta of the finite Devatas. And those who are Nishkama Bhakta, they are presented as Mad Bhaktaha, my Bhakta. So this is the language of Bhagavad Gita. It is not that Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling that the Bhakta, those who are worshipping Krishna, they are great. Krishna as a form is not great. But how you are looking upon Krishna, that is what matters. If you are looking upon Krishna as infinite, for infinite, then you are Mad Bhakta. Even if you are worshipping Ganesha, but you are worshipping Ganesha for moksha, then you will be called what? Mad Bhakta. So Bhagavan is not telling that you should worship only me as Krishna, Vasudeva Nandana, the Devaki Nandana, Vasudeva Putra. That Krishna is not necessary. Even though some organization they will say that Krishna Bhakti alone is the highest Bhakti. Worshipping Shiva, worshipping other Devi or anybody or any Devata, that is not the highest Bhakti. You should worship only Krishna. Krishna consciousness. So they want only Bhakti to particular form. That is not the message. Worshipping infinite Lord for infinite, that is called Mad Bhakti. So in this chapter, Krishna Bhakta or Mad Bhakta refers to the Nishkama Bhakta, and those who are worshipping the Lord for material gain. Even they were worshipping Krishna form only, but they are worshipping from material gain. They are called Anya Devata Bhakta. And so here he says, Kamehi Tehi Tehi. The people, with the desire for various things, Tehi Tehi Kama means for various desires, with various desire, Prapadyante, they surrender, Anya Devataha. With various desire, they surrender to different devatas. Indra Devata, Agni Devata, Vayu Devata, with so many desire. And Ritagnyanaha, their Viveka Shakti, that discriminative ability to see the difference between Shreyas and Preyas. Shreyas means the ultimate well-being. Preyas means temporary well-being. And generally people fall for temporary well-being. And they lose sight of the permanent well-being. And they are called here Ritagnyanaha. Ritagnyana means they have lost, they are deprived of Viveka. In life, this is one important thing, that we generally fall for immediate gain and lose sight of the long-term gain. In investment also, investment is so tempting, but certain things are very good in long run. So generally people like to have immediate gain. So immediate well-being is called prayas and permanent well-being is called shreyas. So what is the difference and how one is superior to the other? That Viveka is not there, they are called Ritagnyana. And therefore that they are having various desires. And with those desires, they worship these different devatas. And which devata they will worship is controlled by niyataha, governed by swaya prakritya, by their own disposition, by their own samskaras. That is why some people like only male form, they don't like female form. Some people like only female form, they cannot worship male form. Some people, Even in Krishna there is a variety. Some people like Bala Krishna. In North India, Laddu Gopal. So only they like Laddu Gopal means what? Gopala, Krishna with Laddu in his hand. It's called Laddu Gopal. They like only that. They don't like the elder Krishna. Some people like the Gita Upadesha Krishna. The Krishna who is giving Gita Upadesha. And some people like meditating Krishna. Not very popular, but that is a form. Very beautiful form. Meditating Krishna. I like meditating Krishna. So, what type of form you will like, that depends upon your disposition. Male, female. Some people has been too much scolded by father, then they don't like male form of the Lord. They like mother form. Because father means, male form means his father will be reminded. Therefore, they like any lady's form. And some people they don't like, they think that what Devi will help, this Bhagavan, this male form he will help. So some disposition is there. So Swaya Prakritya Niyata. And governed by their own disposition, they will worship Sakama, they worship Anyaha Devata. And when they are worshipping, Tam Niyamam Asthaya, means resorting to different disciplines, different methods of worship. The way you are worshipping the Laddu Gopal, you don't worship Kali. So worshipping Kali is different, worshipping this Laddu Gopal is different. Naivedyam itself will be different. For Kali, different Naivedyam. You know what Naivedyam? So a different Naivedyam. For the Laddu Gopal, you cannot give to Kali. And some devatas, they are worshipped only, the Tamas Devata, they are worshipped only during night. And some are worshipped during daytime. And some devatas, they are very fond of the Abhisheka. Abhisheka Priyaha Shivaha. And then Alankara Priyaha Vishnu. So they like these Alankara, so many ornaments. So Krishna Bhakta will have so many ornaments for Bhagavan. So many vastram for Bhagavan. For Shiva, 4-5 vastras are enough. And no much Alankara, not much Alankara. Bhagavan Shiva likes this Abhisheka. You keep on pouring water, he likes it. So different devatas have got different rules, different Naivedyam. So all the rules they follow. And they worship those devatas. And this is the description of Sakama Bhakti. Worshipping the devatas or any form of the Lord with material desire. And with reference to this worship of the Sakama Bhakta means that the devotees with material desire, what is Bhagavan's approach? Generally what happens? If somebody is praising us, we like it. But somebody is praising others. So far somebody was praising me and now we have started praising somebody else. Then generally what happens? We feel little bit disturbed. Why he is doing like this? He should come to me. He should worship me. He should praise me. Even children have this problem. When 2 children are there in the family, that second child will say, why, Mom, why are you giving so much attention to him? They have sibling rivalry is there. So similarly, we may think that Bhagavan may not like worshipping other devotees, worshipping other devatas. Bhagavan doesn't have the jealousy problem. Even at the individual level, maturity is that you can appreciate the praise of others as much as you appreciate the praise of yourself. When somebody praises others, you say, really it is true. Anywhere any beauty is there, any goodness is there, any virtue is there, it is appreciated good. That is what the maturity, and Bhagavan definitely has this maturity. So Bhagavan says, I don't have any jealousy problem. In fact, I stabilize the devotion of those people by granting the result through that form. And thus, Bhagavan says, I stabilize the devotion of even Sakama Bhakta. That's what he says in the next sloka. यो यो यां यां तनुं भक्तः श्रद्धयार्चितुमिच्छति तस्य तस्याचलां श्रद्धां तामेव विदधाम्यहम्. So through this shloka, Bhagavan is giving two important messages. One is that Sakama Bhakti is not useless. Means Sakama Bhakti, the devotion with material desire, is not futile. It is not that Bhagavan is angry with you because you are not worshipping infinite Ishvara. He is not angry. So first point Bhagavan wants to highlight is Sakama Bhakti also gives the benefit expected by the devotee. And that is what we have been saying in this topic. Sakama Bhakti is not useless even though it is not ultimate. It is not ultimate. It is a good starting point, but let it not be the end point. Sakama Bhakti is a very good beginning. In fact, that is how we became devotee to the Lord. When we had exam problem or any problem, we went to temple. And therefore, Sakama Bhakti is a very good beginning, and Bhagavan doesn't criticize them except while contrasting with this Nishkama Bhakta. Generally, he says Sakama Bhakti is very good. Why? Because Sakama Bhakti keeps you at least in devotion. Sakama Bhakti is greater than abhakti, non-devotion. Compared to this devotion with material desires is greater than this non-devotion. Compared to non-devotion, this desire-based devotion is good. So Bhagavan's first point he highlights that material desire-based devotion also is not futile, person will get the result. Second point he highlights is very important point is that when any person worships any devata, finally the result is given by ultimate Ishvara only. Bhagavan alone gives, Ishvara alone gives the result through different devatas. So whether you are worshipping Indra or you are worshipping Ganesha, you are worshipping Shiva, any form you worship, final result comes from that Parameshwara only. Parameshwara doesn't mean Shiva. Parameshwara means one who is the ultimate Lord, one who is Srishti Karta, Sthiti Karta, Laya Karta, Creator, is Sustainer and Resolver. That Lord alone gives the result. It is final. It is something like in whichever branch you put money, it goes to the main only. Finally, it goes to the central account. So similarly here, wherever you worship, whichever form you worship, the puja goes to Bhagavan only. The result also comes from Bhagavan. That is why we have a beautiful shloka which Swami Vivekananda referred to in his Chicago speech. Akashat patitam toyam yatha gacchati sagaram sarva namaskaram keshavam prati gacchati. तथा सर्व नमस्काराः और सर्व नमस्कारः केशवम प्रति गच्छति. So just as water is raining at any place, akashat patitam toyam, water fallen from the sky, anywhere it has fallen, finally it will go to the ocean. Similarly, you do namaskara to anyone. You do namaskara to Rama, Shiva, Devi, any form. But finally it reaches to Ishvara. Why? Because Ishvara alone is there behind all of them. Therefore, we need not have this narrow-mindedness. We are Shaivites, they are Vaishnavites. All of them are worshipping the same Ishvara. Only narrow-minded people will have that hatred towards others. They say that we should not go to Shiva temple. Especially Vaishnavites have got little bit more fanaticism. They will say that whatever be the problem, you should never go to Shiva temple. In fact, in Gujarat, they say that Shiva name also you should not say. You should roundabout, you should manage. So, the Shiva word you should not utter. Shiva temple you should not go. Vibhuti you should not have. So, that is a fanaticism. Limited understanding of Ishvara. Bhagavan says, whatever form you worship, anywhere you deposit, it goes to central government treasury only. Wherever you pay the tax, it goes to the treasury, government treasury only. And the salary comes wherever it came from post office, but it comes from the government only. Similarly, Bhagavan says, whatever form you worship, finally it comes to me and I only give the result. And I don't give result in this, the infinite, in the form of this Parameshwara or having a particular form. Whichever form you have worshipped, through that form, I give the result. And thereby person will think what? I worshipped Ganesha and Ganesha gave me this result. I worshipped Kali and Kali gave me the result. So your Shraddha in that particular form will be stabilized. So Bhagavan doesn't have jealousy problem. In fact, he supports your devotion. That idea is given. Yaha yaha bhaktaha tanum bhakta. Yaha yaha bhaktaha. Whichever devotee, yam yam tanum, whichever form, tanum means form, architum ichchati, desires to worship. Any devotee desires to worship any form, but Shraddhaya. Important thing is Shraddha. With Shraddha, in that particular form, Ganesha form, the Rama form, Shiva form, whichever form, you look upon that with devotion and have Shraddha that I am worshipping this Lord and then I will be blessed. Some people, they are worshipping Ganesha but don't have Shraddha in Ganesha. They are worshipping Anjaneya but have the Shraddha in some other form. That will not work. Whichever form you are worshipping, you have Shraddha. Even though people say something, like you are worshipping Anjaneya and somebody says, why are you worshipping Anjaneya? Anjaneya is what? He is the servant of Rama. So why should you worship a servant? You should worship Rama. No point in worshipping this Anjaneya. So somebody says like this, oh, you were shaken. Oh, I was worshipping Anjaneya for so many years, but I am worshipping only the servant. I should have worshipped the master directly. Oh, Shraddha is gone. So there is no Ashraddha. There is a Shraddha in the form we are worshipping. In Shastra, it is said that in certain things, the success highly depends upon Shraddha. One of the factors is mantra. In mantra, you need to have Shraddha. Your guru has given some mantra, or somehow you got the mantra, you need to have Shraddha. Many people, they keep on changing mantra. You read this Bhagavad Puranam and you take the Dvadashakshari mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Very good mantra. So you read in that Bhagavatam, this mantra is talked about. And Narada had given to Dhruva. So that mantra, you start worship. Then you read Shiva Purana. And in Shiva Purana says, Namah Shivaya is the greatest mantra in the world. Then you drop this mantra. Then Shivaya start. Then you read Devi Purana. Then you say Om, Aim, Rim, Klim, Chamundaya, Vichi. So the other mantra comes. That is the greatest mantra. Then you read the Skanda Purana. That of Sharavana Bhavaya Namaha. So that is the greatest mantra. So what happens, every time you read a different Purana, your mantra is changed. One person in Bangalore, he told me like this. Swamiji, I read different Purana, I feel like I should drop this and start with this. Because in that Purana, that mantra will be glorified. So therefore, one important thing is Shraddha in the mantra. That is why In our tradition, we say you take mantra from the Guru and keep it secret also. Don't tell others. And don't ask others which mantra you have. Otherwise, comparison will have. So, whichever mantra you have been given, have complete Shraddha that this mantra will bless me. So, mantra, Shraddha is very important. Then, second is Tirtha Sthanam. When you go to a place, Tirtha Sthanam like Haridwar, Rishikesh, Rameshwaram, Tirupati, wherever you go, then you should have Shraddha in the efficacy of that Tirtha Sthanam. You should have Shraddha in the sanctity of the place. Nowadays, you know what happens? People go to the Tirtha Sthanam and start criticizing. All commercialization. There is no divinity at all, divinity at all. So you criticize, then what happens? The impact of that place will not be there. Your mind is spoiled by this thing and therefore you will not be benefited. Therefore, if you are going as a devotee, then your focus should be on going to the temple, have darshanam, doing pradakshina, receiving prasadam. That no place in the world is perfect. So it will be there. So when you go to Tirtha Sthanam, go with Shraddha. Otherwise, you are not going as a devotee, you are going as a traveler. The people go, no, will see a video shooting and all. That is your purpose. Go to the Tirtha Sthanam with devotion. So, mantra, Tirtha. Dvija, Brahmana. This is another problem, modern problem now. So, in our family, suppose there is a rule that every year on that particular day, we give some dhanam to Brahmana. And this Brahmana comes in his car. He has 2 mobiles. And he may be having some, suppose tobacco or something. Then you say that what type of Brahmana is? How we can get any punyam by giving such Brahmana? I don't think any punyam we can get. Then you will not get punyam. So even if you are giving, you will not get so much result if you don't have Shraddha in that Brahmana. Have Shraddha. If you don't have Shraddha, you try to find out some another Brahmana. But whomsoever you give, Shraddha. Don't inquire too much. आपको कोई आदत है? Have you got some habit? Don't ask some question. What will you do with this money? Don't ask this question. Just you give with Shraddha. Do Namaskara and give. So in Brahmana, whomsoever you are giving Dhanam or Seva or Puja, whatever you are doing, have Shraddha. And Deva, in whichever form of the Lord you are having this worship, you are worshipping that form, have Shraddha that my Ganesha is greatest. My Ganesha for me is the greatest. I am not criticizing other forms, but mine is best. Like for a person, his or her spouse is the greatest. It's not that my wife is the Miss Universe. Need not be. But she is the best for me. My husband is not Mr. Universe, but he is the best for me. So similarly, my Bhagavan is the form of the Lord I am worshipping is the best. For me, it is the best. And I have Shraddha that when I worship this Deva, this form, it will bless me. Similarly, Devagna. Devagna means astrologer. Astrologer also you should have Shraddha. Nowadays this problem is there. So astrologer will he will give you some prediction and he will definitely say this dasha is there, this dosha is there, and he will give some parihara. If he gives simple parihara, 100 rupees, 200 rupees parihara or pradakshina and all this, then no problem. But suppose he says that you require a big parihara. You have to do this homa, which will cost 30,000, 50,000, 1 lakh. Shraddha is doubtful. So, if you don't have Shraddha, and then afterwards, you know what happens? That a person gives the parihara, this astrologer, And you cannot say no also because you are afraid now. So you have got this Pitru dosha or what you call Sarpa dosha, some doshas will be there. See, whenever you go to the astrologer, he will definitely tell you some dasha. Why? Because if you don't have any problem, you will go to the astrologer. Nobody goes to astrologer. I am so happy. I don't know why I am happy. Please see my graha. Does anybody go with that idea? Nobody goes. I am happy now. So if you go to the astrologer also knows that you have some problem. So he has to tell you some dasha. And everybody will have some dasha. Do you have dasha or not? Some dasha is there. I also have dasha. So, but whatever dasha, I don't know whatever dasha. That dasha is there, is good. But a person, what happened that he shows some parihara and is very expensive, you cannot say no because you are afraid. And at the same time, money is too much, therefore you got a doubt also. So what happens? You pay money but don't get so much result. Why? Because you don't have Shraddha. What a situation. You are paying money, not getting result. Because what? Shraddha is not there. And therefore, and another Shraddha is tells, Bheshaje, in the doctor also. Especially Ayurveda, Vaidya, you have to have Shraddha. Because he will be giving all kinds of kashayam and in all the powders and all this. How it will help my allergy problem? Shraddha. If you don't have Shraddha, then medicine also many times doesn't work. In fact, it's medically proved, scientifically proved that if you trust the doctor, the efficacy of medicine goes up. If you are having doubt, especially nowadays people are becoming, this Google savvy. So they do Google search that this medicine, what are the constitutions, what are the side effects? And therefore what? They don't have Shraddha. Therefore the efficacy of medicine goes down if no Shraddha. And Guru. In Guru also Shraddha should be there. Especially this Vedanta Guru. Because Vedanta Guru is not giving any such guarantee that tomorrow you will get moksha. Guru is telling right now you are mukta. But Swamiji, that moksha, no, that enlightenment, when will it come? He doesn't give promise. And he said it can happen today it can happen after 2 janmas also. And therefore, one needs to have Shraddha in Guru, especially Vedanta Guru. And thus, Yadrishi Bhavati Shraddha Siddhir Bhavati Tadrishi. In all these things, mantra, tirtha, the Dvija, Deva, Devajna, Guru, Doctor, in all of them, whatever be the intensity of our Shraddha, that will be the degree of the success you receive from that, degree of benefit you receive from them. Therefore, Shraddha is very important. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Shraddhaya architum ichchati. And what Bhagavan says, I will do? Aham, I, the Lord, tasya shraddham achalam eva vidudhami. I stabilize their Shraddha. Whatever Shraddha they have, I stabilize it. Means Bhagavan said, if person is worshipping Ganesha, I will stabilize the Shraddha of the person in Ganesha. I will not tell, hey, why do you worship Ganesha? You worship me, the infinite Lord. I will not say. I will stabilize it. So here in this shloka, the idea suggested is that Sakama Bhakti, when done with Shraddha, it blesses the person by getting the result. And the final result is given by the Lord Himself. More we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Acha, one announcement. Tomorrow is a Gita Jayanti. So morning 9:15 to 12:45 is this Gita Parayanam and Puja. First Puja will be there and then Parayanam is there. So all of you are welcome. And this we are likely to do the live stream, so in case you are not able to come and you are interested, you can watch that live stream.